We are talking today about something that is very near and dear to my heart as DJ, our co-host of today's show, DJ Camus, the international renowned artist and also philanthropist, has talked about last segment is professional networking and referral generation. The best type of leads that you can get, that's the one place that Google is not king, is in warm lead generation. Google can get semi-qualified leads coming through, but you really don't know what kind of leads you're going to get from Google. For example, I was with a client and we were talking about search engine optimization. We don't always talk about social media. We talk about search engine optimization, all kinds of web marketing. So we were talking search engine optimization, and he was sharing with me the heartbreak that occurred with him because he was a wholesaler of a particular product, and his dealers, his retailers, got together and grouped together and decided to go with his competitor instead of him. But they, with the competitor actually allowed them to do some things that weren't exactly right in the industry in order to cut costs. And it hurt his feelings, obviously. And so I said, well, look up there. The only thing they're doing, they don't have true organic SEO. So all you have to do is go up there on the pay-per-click section where they're at, the little kind of beige pink section, advertising section, and just click and click and click and click and click. And every time you click, it's probably going to charge them anywhere from $3 to $6. He thought that was just great. So the point is that you don't exactly know the reason behind why somebody is clicking on Google, just that they have a very specific reason to click. Otherwise, they wouldn't click. So the assumption is that for the most part, on an average, the leads that you get off of Google aren't your competitor clicking you, even though it could. I actually know a business owner. He's he owns a very large company. He was sitting there during a meeting checking their pay-per-click, and every time he clicked it, it charged them, another $5, another $10, and somebody finally mentioned, that charges us $5 to $10 every time you click on that banner ad. And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot. So anyway, again, that Google is probably just about the most perfect machine that's out there, but it's not perfect, even though it's the most perfect. I do feel, again, that YouTube is becoming more and more perfect, and at least as far as people loving to get into YouTube and utilize it as a search engine, it's amazing. And then I would say that the third most important tool that you want to have in your repertoire of marketing tools is trustedteam.com. So I'm going to use an example of our client that we were talking to before we came here. They actually did a really good job. They got a good search engine optimization campaign put together. They've had it for about a year, and they initially were just going for 2 keywords, and that was great, and they moved it on up to about 18 keywords, and that's great. But what they were finding is they weren't dominating the market. I mean, let me tell you, as a dental company, they did increase by 30%. Increasing your gross revenue, increasing your business, increasing your number of patients by 30% in a year is really good. I would definitely say that would be very good, because if you could, in a down market, in a bad economy, where about 35% of dentists have gone out of business, at least in Arizona, they're increasing their business by 35%. If they did that year over year, that is called amazing growth in a down market. So I blame that all on Google. They did a little bit of social media, not a ton of social media. They did, I will say this, they spent about the same on social media as they did on Google, on the search engine optimization, which got the more results. Anybody out there probably want to venture a guess? It was Google. They got bigger results on social media. Now, our show is called The Social Universe. Does that mean I'm bad-mouthing the social media as a tool? Absolutely not. In the same way that I would never bad-mouth PR as an integral part of a marketing program. But I will tell you that you always want to have Google as a core part of your marketing strategy. And then what you want to do is build your social media around that. And I'm advocating very, very quickly now that YouTube in combination with TrustedTeam.com are the core products that you should be delivering. So here's, in all the amazing marketing that this this particular dental company, dental clinic was doing, they were not capitalizing on their neighbors for affiliate marketing purposes. And they weren't receiving referrals from the chiropractor next door. I mean, who is the first person to know when somebody gets in a wreck outside of the emergency room? It's the chiropractor, right? People go see the chiropractor afterward, try to get their back in line after a wreck. And so if somebody has had some damage to their teeth, and a chiropractor finds that out, who better to refer that over to a dentist than a chiropractor? And they actually had a chiropractor that was right next door. And so we actually took a quick break when I went over to the chiropractor next door and asked if he would like to be part of their trusted team, join the trusted team, and market with them. And of course the answer was a big resounding yes. I mean, how many chiropractors don't want to team up with a solid dental clinic that also has a lot of customers, patients coming in through the front door? It just makes sense. I'm going to say that again. It just makes sense. So Trusted Team is an amazing tool. Now let me talk again in terms of what Trusted Team can do and is going to do for this particular dental clinic, and why it's so important. This particular dental clinic actually sent two of their people, paid about $20,000 apiece to send them to Florida to gain clinic practice, basically best practices, how to manage a practice. And they spent about $20,000 on two different people to go over there and learn what they should be doing. Then they were very proud of what they did. They spent 40 grand on this thing, and then they put a summary of it on a board, and they printed it out. It's kind of a hierarchical chart of where all the different parts and pieces of a dental clinic should be for it to be fully functioning. So it's essentially the same business plan on one piece of paper that could operate a dental clinic of one dentist and two staff members, or 100 staff and 500 dentists. So the same business plan was in either place. But I actually took a photo of that business plan, emailed it to them, had them print it out because they didn't have the original for some reason, and then I took a highlighter and I highlighted everything about marketing that they weren't doing. And guess what? Trusted Team was the answer to 9 out of 10 of everything they weren't doing, even though they were doing SEO, search engine optimization. They did a great job on their website. They did conversion rate optimization. They did on-page SEO. They did link building. They did social media. They did, the LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Twitter, everything they had done. But the things that they had not done, such as networking in the community, getting affiliate referral partners, being able to generate, have a true plan for referral generation. All of those were on their list. They paid 40 grand for this business plan, and Trusted Team, for anywhere from $0 to $100 a month, depending on which plan you choose, is able to plug all those holes. Imagine that. That is truly amazing. Again, every day that goes by, I gain a new testimony of Trusted Team. When we come back from break, because we have about 1 minute to break. When we come back from break, I'm going to talk to you about, again, my experience in my second month with Trusted Team. In the first month, I received about $820,000 in referrals. We are hoping, and it looks very good, that we have a good chance of closing about $400,000 of those referrals this month. No guarantees, guys, but in other words, just because you get a referral doesn't mean it's going to close. However, it looks very good that 30 days after I receive these referrals, and there's only a couple of small quirks, and it isn't the fault of the person who referred the transaction. There's just a couple of software integrations and things that need to occur, and if those are moved out of the way inside of the month of May, there is a realistic chance that there could be up to $400,000 of those referrals that were referred in the first month would close. And nothing that was referred has fallen out of the database or out of the Salesforce side of things. the customer relationship management, the sales relationship management side of things. Nothing is falling out, but has fallen out, but there's a really good chance that those will close. So when we come back from break, I'm going to talk about what my second month has been like with Trusted Team, and what kind of referral generation we're getting along those lines, and some of the new findings we've been able to find about Trusted Team. Been truly, truly amazing. I apologize to anybody who is thinking, why does he talk about Trusted Team so much? It's because it works. And we also think about the three things I've talked about so far on the social universe today. It's been Google, it's been YouTube, and Trusted Team. Those are your core products. Facebook is great for the social fun, and we are the social universe, so there's nothing wrong with that. However, we love Trusted Team. We endorse Trusted Team. That is the most amazing product that has come out on the market since Google itself. So don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk about why that is and what our second month inside of Trusted Team has done for us, and why that, in my opinion, it is actually stronger and more powerful currently, and will soon become way more powerful than Google. Don't go away. This is Wilhelm, the host of the Social Universe, here on We'll Talk Radio. I'll be right back.